friends. Now we will look into the second part of this module 2, the welded connections. So every here and there we can see these welded connections. Whenever we want to join two or more members, usually we go for either bolted connections or welded connections in the case of steel structure. So usually in this method, the weld metal is obtained by melting a steel rod which is called as the electrode. So these electrodes are having a coating of flux which melts along with the weld metal, thereby developing a thick gaseous shield. So the welded connections are generally made by melting a base metal from parts to be joined with a weld metal, which upon cooling form the connections. So these welded connections are also very popular for direct and efficient means of transferring forces from one member to the another member. Here you can see a person doing the welding. Further, we can have different types of welding processes. You have studied these things in your elements of mechanical engineering. They are electric arc welding, forged welding, then gas welding, thermite welding, and resistant welding. So these welded joints has got few advantages over bolted joints also. We will see them little later. Now, usually the strength of the weld depends on the base metal, filler material, type of weld, throat and butt size, and weld size. The fillet weld and butt weld are very common. Along with that, we can also have the slot weld and plug welds. But widely used are fillet welds and butt weld. Again, the butt weld can have two types. One is with full penetration and another one is partial penetration. Now let us look into the fillet weld. So fillet weld is the most commonly used type of welding. So they have usually triangular cross-sectional shapes which join the plates as shown in this particular figure. You can see a triangular cross-section here. So usually the fillet weld joins two surfaces approximately right angles to each other in lap, T or corner joints. Few merits we will see of fillet weld. No prior edge preparation is required. No special preparation of surface or edge is required. It is very simple, fast and economic, and it doesn't require skilled labors. Just you go and do the welding. Then demerits. So usually for heavy loads, these fillet welds are not preferred. The performance of fillet weld under fatigue load is not good, and in the form of appearance or aesthetics, it is less attractive. Let us see another method of welding, that is or another type of welding, that is butt weld or groove welds. So a butt weld is used to join the ends of pieces of same or different thickness usually. The efficiency of this joint usually depend in full penetration of the weld at the joint. So especially in this type of welding, two surfaces or two butts which are to be two plates which are to be joined are butted together, and in the gap which is left between them is filled by using the welding. The contact surfaces are cambered to obtain the gap for the weld metal to flow easily. The merits we will see, which is easily designed and fabricated to be as strong as the member. The strength will be very good. Its performance under fatigue is very good when compared with the fillet welds. The appearance is good, easy to detail, and length of connection is much reduced in this type of welding. The demerits, it requires the edge preparation. So for edge preparation, this butt weld will become little bit expensive than the fillet welds. It requires skilled manpower also. So here you can see few of the fillet weldings or butt welds. The full penetration butt welds you can see here: single V butt, single J butt, double J butt, single V corner, double V butt, like that. N number of full penetration groove welds are possible. Similarly, these are partially penetrated butt welds. Now you can see here how the tack weld looks like, how the stitch weld looks like, the continuous weld looks like when you want to join two or more members. Here also you can see a continuous weld. Now let us see the advantages of welded joints. So especially in this case of welding, no holes are drilled. So because of that, the structural members are very efficient in taking the load. The overall weight of the structure is reduced here because we are not using any extra bolts, we are just welding them. The welded joints are often economical as less labor and materials are required for a joint. The welded connection looks better than the usually bulky riveted connections. Again, the fabrication is very quick here. Any shape of joint can be made with very ease. The welding process requires less working space than the riveting or bolting process. So we can form a complete rigid joint by using welding process. Usually the noise produced is also very less when compared with the riveting process. In the riveting process you need to drill a hole, but here no such work is involved. Few disadvantages of welded connections: usually we require skilled labor and electricity is required. That is one of the disadvantage. The internal stresses or warping are produced due to uneven heating and cooling, and warping stresses are usually related with the successive heating and cooling effect. You have studied this. The welded joints are more brittle and therefore their fatigue strength is less when compared with the bolted connections or the members which is joint. So usually we come across few of the defects in the case of welded connection if it is not properly welded. So these defects like internal air pockets, then slag inclusion and incomplete penetration are very difficult to detect. We cannot find them easily. So if these defects are there, its strength will get reduced. Now let us see the defects in welding. Sometimes they ask in the exam. There are about 6 to 7 defects. First one is the undercutting. Undercutting in the sense these are formed because of excessive current and excessive length of arc. They result in the formation of a groove in the base metal. Undercut will look like this. This is an undercut. Overlap. So usually when the metal overflows the groove but doesn't fuse with the base metal. So because of that we can expect the overlaps. Next one is incomplete penetration. So when the weld metal does not penetrate completely through the cross section, we can expect incomplete penetration. Next one is a lack of fusion. Lack of fusion will take place when the parent metal is coated with some foreign matter, maybe some grease, maybe some oil, or maybe some paints are there. The next one is a slag inclusion, which takes place because of formation of oxides due to chemical reaction among the base metal, air and electrode coating during the process of welding. So we have to be little careful about the slag inclusion. Next one is a porosity and gas inclusion. These are formed because of entrapping of gas pores or air pockets in the weld. Next one is edge melting. So this edge melting occurs usually in the case of fillet welds because of careless welding. So these are few of the defects in the welding. We have to be very careful. So here in this figure you can see different defects. One is undercut. Here also you can see the undercut. The slag inclusion you can look into here. Then the gas pocket, you can see small air pockets here. Then incomplete penetration, so this welding has not gone fully into